Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Our current session is on an introduction to teaching reading in a language classroom. I hope and expect by the end of this session you would have some basic understanding of teaching reading in relation to a language classroom. Well, my dear students, reading is a commonly offered course in many second and foreign language curricula for different age groups, yet it is not a skill that is easily acquired by students, according to Nuttall 1996. Centrality of reading in human life activities cannot be denied. Viewing it in real life, we need to understand that it is greatly important and it is very, very significant when it comes to acquire it as a skill. For L2 learners, its importance in the curriculum is great and it cannot be denied. More importantly, in traditional reading lessons, teachers seldom consider blending reading into viewing and viewing into reading to make the lesson dynamic and interactive. We can point this out as one of the major problems at the outset. What can be the strategies for further skill development through reading and viewing? This is an important question for us. Well, various strategies can be used, my dear students, in this regard. For example, activating schemata, previewing, predicting, skimming, scanning, linking, etc. There are other possibilities of, for example, using the strategies of viewing, for example, viewing digital materials on the computer screen, etc., or connecting. So these are the strategies or sub-strategies that can help the learners, read and view materials in a better way. Well, my dear students, when it comes to understand, in the process of reading and viewing as language skills per se are multifaceted processes and they involve multiple aspects relating to the ultimate goal of comprehension. Reading is usually understood as a process of deriving meaning from the printed words, sentences, paragraphs, or from a long whole text. Similar to reading in terms of the goals, students have viewing as a process skill. This processing skill can be defined as the viewer's effort of meaning making while, for example, looking at some media screen and thus trying to actualize what is meant by, or trying to comprehend what is meant by what he or she is viewing on the screen. As a comprehension process and as an act of understanding what is being seen, viewing usually involves the use of a computer or any other IT, screen or its equivalent such as a smartphone or digital tools for acquiring and processing information. So reading and viewing, mainly I would say the terms are used slightly differently in the sense that whereas reading is more related to the printed word printed on a paper, viewing is more related to the word that is printed but that is presented on a screen or through any digital media. These multimodalities include concurrent appearance of video, audio and images that mingle with words, sentences, phrases, etc., requiring multiliteracy skills. Now, what I mean by that is that reading does not come alone as the reading of the text, or viewing does not come alone as the viewing of the text on the screen. Rather, there are multiple other sources that contribute to that. There can be pictures, there can be graphs, there can be other visuals which add to that. So multiple literacies are required by the learners of L2 in order to understand what is the meaning, or for the meaning making process to be complete, the understanding of these multi-modality aspects is important. Readers and viewers need to be strategic in order to receive and understand the information as the reading and viewing processes proceed, according to Stoller and Komiyama 2013. Now, if the purpose of reading and viewing are primarily for readers and viewers to derive meaning out of the process, then they are better defined in terms of how much comprehension has been achieved. Reading or viewing can be with various purposes in mind. If the purpose is to understand the meaning, then we term it as reading comprehension. Accordingly, meaning making becomes an immediately pertinent pursuit. So the task then of the teacher as well as of the learner in an L2 classroom becomes to enable the learner to make the meaning out of the text. Understandably, the reading or viewing act itself for meaning making is determined and affected by at least following three important variables. Number one, the text. Now, the texts include multimodal texts that would have images, visuals, that would have sounds, characteristics, etc. Number two, the readers and the viewer characteristics. What kind of the reader, what kind of the viewer, what is the nature of the viewer, what is the level of knowledge of the viewer, etc. And thirdly, the social context. What is the social context in which that teaching of reading is taking place, and also what is the social context in or the setting in which that reading material is set.